going back to Sikweek, he played with Sages before, and he was with Sages. I don't know if you know that story, but he was with Sages for years now. And then he wasn't playing a lot. He was maybe, playing 2-3 minutes a game, or an easy game he was playing a little bit more time. Feel about that, like someone who did not play, do you think like he's playing super well because he hadn't played in years, like starting as a point guard?
The preparation he's putting forward right now, currently, in the preparation he's put before with Sages, it kind of prepared him for this situation. So, before I knew him, it was a surprise, but the more I learned about Ruby, the it's kind of expected. I feel like that he has a good future, and just take it day by day, But it's not a surprise to me no more as it was the first game or two. Yeah, I kind of expected from Rudy now, So yeah, he's got a great future ahead of him.
How much is the difference between a contract from Homenetmen and a contract from Antranik? Is it a significant difference from a salary point of view between those two?
It's a significant difference, but it always boils down to job security, professionalism. I love what they're doing over there at Homenetmen, but I also love what we're doing over there at Antranik.
You were a pro basketball player and you were a pro football player at the same time?
Yes, yeah.
We like to do a giveaway every podcast. We like to give a signed jersey for whoever subscribe, like, and comment to this video on YouTube. And please share anything in the comment section. What do you like the most about the episode? Or just write winner, or just subscribe. If you feel like this is helping you, it's bringing you joy, just support the channel. And we're giving a free jersey by Antranik signed by Tony Criswell. It seems like you have a crazy recipe, huh?
So the guys, what do you cook? So the guys are so surprised. Sometimes I eat tuna sandwiches. I put the tuna, I add mayonnaise, relish, and boiled eggs. And voila, you got gourmet,
Tony Criswell, welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you today. You played all over the world. You started in the States with Missouri, and then you played in Germany, you played in Mexico, you played in Venezuela, and now you're in Lebanon with Antranik, and you're actually doing a phenomenal job with Antranik. You guys are now ranked second in the league. That's a big surprise. So I'm so happy to have you, and welcome to the podcast.
How you doing, Ramzi? Thanks for having me. First and foremost, man. I appreciate it, man. I like your platform, so I'm excited that when you wrote me, I was excited to be a guest, man. I was excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard great stuff about you. I heard that you're very humble first, and that overseas, you played and you played really well, and you have a very, very interesting story. That's what I heard. I don't know your story, but I heard that you have a very interesting story. So first, I wanna talk about this year with Antranik, man. You played 4 games, you won 3, and then you and Roudi Hajj Moussa, aka Sikweek, you are a very good combination. And you're averaging, I believe, 23 points a game. So that's very good. So first, tell me, how's the chemistry with the team, and especially playing with a Lebanese guard, a very young Lebanese guard, Sikweek.
Well, surprisingly, the chemistry with the team, we kind of all just gelled. We all like each other, and want the best for each other. And I think it's a younger group, so I'm excited that we are on the same page. And with Sikweek, I love him, man. He's a hard worker, he's a leader, and he's down to so he does it all out there, man. So, I'm really backpacking on him right now, trying to see how far we could take this thing. But yeah, it's looking good right now.
Yeah, I mean, Sikweek, going back to Sikweek, he played with Sagesse before, and he was with Sagesse. I don't know if you know that story, but he was with Sagesse for years now. And then he wasn't playing a lot. He was maybe, playing 2, 3 minutes a game, or an easy game, he was playing a little bit more time. And then he had a lot of potential, and I knew that, and a lot of Lebanese people knew that. And then when he moved to Antranik, dude, he's playing like 33, 34 minutes, even 37 minutes a game. So he went from not playing to playing a full game, and he's playing super well. Like everyone is talking about him. He's doing great. So how do you feel about that? Like someone who did not play, do you think like he's playing super well because he hadn't played in years, like starting as a point guard?
Um, I think, it was just part of the process. I feel like those years he was at Suggest, he was doing a lot of learning, getting better, you know. And now it's his stage. It's his term. So I believe the preparation he's putting forward right now, currently, and the preparation he's put before with Suggest, it kind of prepared him for this situation. So, before I knew him, uh, it was a surprise. But the more I learned about Ruby, the it's kind of expected. I feel like that he has a good future, and just take it day by day. But yeah, it's not a surprise to me no more as it was the first game or two. Yeah, I kind of expected from Rudy now. So yeah, he's got a great future ahead of him.
Do you think he's a national team player quality?
Well, with all due respect to the Lebanese national team players, I'll have to see their roster, because I don't want to say yes and discredit any guy that's already right on the team. But for what I see out of Rudy can keep up with anybody. And I play with some pretty good guards in my past. So with his skill and his IQ, uh, yeah, I believe Rudy for sure could play with the national team right now.
Right. I think that's a good point you said about IQ. Um, I think he's pretty smart, man, and the work ethic that he puts in every time he goes on, it's really really impressive, man. Yeah, I hope him, the best. He's a good player and he deserve it. What about Antranik as a team? Do you feel Antranik this year can be in the top four? Because you played 4 games, you just lost one.
For sure. With me being a part of it, I'm always say yes. But basketball, a season is a long season. So, we gotta just take it day by day, don't look too far down the road, don't look behind us. And I think if we just stick together, yeah, I for sure think we have a chance to finish top four, top three, whatever unfolds. But right now, we're just taking a day at a time. We don't want to look too far into the future, but yeah, I think we got a chance. What you be?
Yeah, yeah. I think you can go far. Like when the season started, I was looking at Antonia. There's also another underdog team, and they have Kevin Murphy. We were talking just about Kevin Murphy behind the scenes, and I was like, oh, this team will win every single game, and I think they had and I think they had a very close game against Beirut because dude, their squad is amazing. They have like Kevin Murphy, Roach. They have very very good Lebanese players like Patrick Baboud, Miguel Martinez, Brian Mansour. Very good coach Ralph, and assistant coach Radi. And I was like, this team is going to dominate. But then they start playing, and you see like, nope, it's actually the opposite. And I look at Antranik, I'm like, that's a very young team. I don't know if they're going to do. They have very good foreigners, but good foreigners is not going to do everything. And then boom, now you're winning. So it's very interesting seeing that combination between both of you, like between both teams.
I was actually just talking to Roach the other day. I got them as a super. You know, I feel like that team that's gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Down the road, and they're gonna be a good playoff team. You know, but yeah, man, we rolling though. You know, so we ain't looking bad. You know, so we're gonna just keep on trying to every game add a win to the column, and they're gonna be okay. Yeah, but Anthony, yeah, you're right. That you got to be a roster. When I'm the bit they team, I thought the same. You know, yeah.
Tony, take me back a little bit when you started basketball. You were with Missouri, and then you were not drafted, but you still made it pro, and you played overseas, almost in the pro leagues, everywhere in the pro league. Can you take me back how you started playing basketball? I know you're from Oklahoma, and that we were talking about that. Can you tell me a little bit your route? How was it?
Well, yeah, from Oklahoma, I started playing a little late, about maybe 16, 17 years old. Started playing basketball. I grew up an American football player. You know, everybody knows that story. You know,
No way, you grew up as an American player.
American football player. Yeah, yeah. I never play. I never had played basketball till like the last 2 years of high school. I started late. My freshman year, I actually went to UAB. My freshman year of college, first out of high school. But I had won a conference championship. Yeah, so from high school went to college, and yeah, like you said, didn't get drafted. In college, in America, if you go to a discipline college, you're required to not only be an athlete, but a student athlete, and the certainly now looking back at it, I wasn't taking the student part as serious as I should have. And it kept me off the court a lot. The greater scheme of things kind of took me off of pros the pro market, as far as people looking at me. But after college, I was blessed with a few opportunities, and from there, I've just been trying to capitalize, trying to capitalize and make up for lost time, you know.
And how did you go overseas?
Uh, Initially, first year, I had a job offer in Germany. Um, I took it very immature at the time, wasn't too professional, So when I got out there, I still had a bad taste in my mouth, in college. One of my good friends in the NBA, So I kind of took it for ring, and from Germany, uh, took my career pretty much to South America, you know. Um, so then that's how it started, but yeah, I started in Germany.
Okay. Okay. And what's the craziest thing that happened with you overseas? Like what's the craziest experience you've had or experienced during your career overseas?
Uh, I believe being in Canada and learning that they had a basketball league, and going to play for the basketball league, and then also going to play for your football league, and then going back to play for your basketball league. I believe that was probably the wildest time of my basketball career, experience. Um, but besides that, every new country is a new experience, so you never know.
You said you played football in Canada?
Oh yeah, yeah. I had it was around the time, I felt like I needed to make a little bit more money with my body, with my athleticism, and yeah, football was playing. Well, they were paying pretty good out there in Canada, and I knew I still had that too. I had that talent, so I got out there. They gave me a contract. Mm,
That's crazy. So you were playing pro basketball player.
mhm,
You were a pro basketball player and
mhm.
you were a pro football player at the same time?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's crazy, man.
Mm.
And then, which one you liked most? Was it football or basketball?
That's crazy you asked that. So I still, you know what I mean? I like football. I love football more than anything, you know. But basketball has definitely grown on me, you know, and it's almost out of eye now, you know. But yeah, I really
Yeah.
love football. Yeah, to be honest, I really do.
Uh, and what position you played in football?
Growing up, I played quarterback my whole life, you know. Uh, but in the pros, they put me at defensive end, and it started to utilize my size and athleticism a little bit more. So, it's kind of the reason why I came back to basketball after that. 'Cause I'm like, I'm an offensive guy on football, they try to put me on defense. So I was like, yeah, I probably should go back to basketball.
Dude, that's crazy. I've never heard that. Someone who played pro football while playing pro basketball, and he started pro. You started playing basketball at the age of 16, but in Canada you played both at the same. Dude, that's ridiculous. But I think, man, I can see you playing football for sure. I can see
Okay.
you being a very good football player.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have this in Lebanon, so.
Oh yeah, I'm
But
not
you
playing
can
no
do it.
football no more. No way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
Yeah,
lot of
so
injuries, man. A lot of injuries playing
that's what I'm
football.
saying. That's what, man.
Yeah,
It's a
and you
scary
gotta eat
game.
more, right? Like, you gotta
Oh
eat
yeah.
more. You
Oh
gotta
yeah.
be,
When I yeah,
heavier.
yeah, they had me around like they got me up to almost 260 when I was playing football, man. I'm about 235, maybe 240 on a good day right now. But yeah, they had put a lot of weight on me. So it was an adjustment. But it was definitely a fun experience. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Now, how many practices you used to do? Like, if you have, if you're playing pro basketball, it was like 3 to 4 times a week practice, and football probably was like maybe more like everyday practice. How you're managing between both two?
So what happened was I was finishing my basketball season and they were starting like training camp and summer mini camps and stuff for football. So they would just fly me from back. It would never merge. So my basketball team understood, and my football team, they weren't too understanding with basketball, but it was like, well, when he's here, he's ours. So I would just take breaks from basketball for my team, my club, and they would let me uh go to the football club. But they were completely two different sides of Canada. So it caused some interruption at one point, but and I had to make a choice, which led me to choose the basketball. But they never really collided too much. They never really collided.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the football season. Whoever's watching this podcast, they have to know that this football season is very short compared to the basketball season. Usually, it's a little bit longer. So you don't play a lot of games in football. So, um, but yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. You're the first athlete that, in my experience, I heard they do both. They do basketball and football at the same time. But glad right now you're playing only basketball, man. It's safer, it's a better sports, and yeah, absolutely, man. So when you played overseas, you played in Venezuela too, and you played in Germany, Mexico. What was the highlight? Where Tony was the best player, or do you feel right now in Lebanon you're the best version of yourself? What was your peak level?
Um, Let me see. Yeah, honestly, I believe I keep getting better, man. I always say skill wise, I would say just understanding the game, you know, because last year in Japan, I felt me getting a lot better. I played through injury, but I still my new understanding, learning the game more, I was still able to do what I needed to do. And I feel like this year, the same thing. Feel like my game is just expanded, but I believe so far the best that I've shown. Well, you can say this way. I had a almost a I think I had a 40-point game, like 2 misses in Venezuela. I didn't hurt. But I wouldn't say that was it. I believe I played some good basketball in Mexico. Uh, um, a few other places, but like I said, right now, I think I'm starting to get a better grasp and getting an understanding. So I feel like I'm getting better now, than I was in the past.
And you also mentioned that we were talking before we started the podcast that there's a tournament and they bring like ex NBA players and Kevin Murphy I think is playing in it, and you wanted to play in it too. Is Ice Cube tournament something like that? Can you tell me a little bit more about it? That sounds very exciting.
Oh yeah, actually, King Murphy's like almost a star in that league. But yeah, it's an Ice Cube. It's like a 3-on-3 league. Um, a lot of ex NBA players, Gilbert Arenas, everybody's a part of, So, and I played in it for like 2 different seasons, but it's definitely a highlight in the summer. That I think the world, the basketball world, is on the start to focus their attention more on. It's new. But yeah, it's called the Victory, man. And hopefully, I'm fortunate to play it again this summer, But yeah, Kevin Murphy, he's a household name already in the Big Three. So yeah, fun. It's it for a lot of fun. Mm. Big Three starts mid-June, and it goes to the about the end of July, beginning of April. Yeah, I mean, end of July and beginning of August. I don't know what that is.
Right, right. Okay. Tony, going back also to Antranik, do you feel that if it wasn't Roudi Hajj Moussa, Antranik would start that strong?
Um, I'm not sure. I believe Rudy has been a big part of our success. So I believe it's not. I haven't even thought about what would it be without Rudy. Because he's so involved and it's such a big part of it. So yeah, if you take Woody out the equation, it would have been a lot more difficult. It'd have been a lot more difficult because he, he even kind of helps connect the Lebanese guys with the foreigners, as far as communication. So yeah, I'm not sure we would have the same success right now without Rudy. You know?
Right, right. Tony, let's do some Q and A's. We have a lot of questions, so and I'm excited for this one because we have very funny questions too. Let's start with the first one, and actually, I think is one of your agent, Ryan. So shout out to Ryan Bukhalil. Uh, yeah, he's a great guy, man. He gave me your number and he put us together, and I'm very happy about that. And he said, "Who's your favorite teammate and why?" Is it Andrew Copali?
Is it Cope? And Cope's growing on me, when I first got down here, me and Cope, we kind of butt heads at practice, but from the time we did that, it's like we been best friends, It was kind of more of an understanding, But yeah, Cope's my guy, man. But to be honest, I'm like all the guys, man. All the way down to Eddie. Eddie's our new young guy from Division Two. I like all my guys in there from Sabali. Sabali pushes me every day, you know. Um, to Abu Samna. Ain't that how you say his last name? Abu Samna. Yeah. That's my boy right there. He's just man, so much energy. Just a dog, to Cat. Cat was like he runs it all. Yeah, man. I like my group, man. But yeah. comfortably up there on top of the list. That's my boy right here, man.
That's crazy, man. Um, there's someone called Teo is asking you what happened with Homenetmen. Was it a failed deal because you were signing with them before? What happened with them? Can we know that?
Oh well, with her man, it was just so well, we might as well talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, so I had signed well, quote unquote trying I was signing with Antranik. I was in discussions with signing with Antranik. Uh it felt like the president wasn't always on board, and for the price it was kind of surprising, because I was just kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of hurt my pride a little bit, but it's business, I know he's a busy businessman, so the contract never came back, you know what I mean, as far as him signing his end yet. And I guess the word hit that I was available for coming to that run. So I got a call from Hogan, his president, and those guys the next day, and they had signed. You know me, they complete the contract process. So I signed. I signed with them because I seen that they had fully completed the process. So it wasn't no disrespect to neither one of the clubs. I just, I've been in the business a while, and sometimes you'll get a deal where an agent is trying to get a team to sign, but yeah, he doesn't really do it, So the president or whoever on the other end doesn't sign the contract, But in this case, the president was busy. Archie's president was busy at the time. So when he did get time to get to the contract, he signed it and handled it perfectly. But before that, it was just um yeah, I was going off the president to sign the contract. So well, mainly when when the president contacted me with a signed contract, I thought that was the finalized deal. But it was unique. Which I felt like everything happens for a reason, and I'm in a good position right now for the time being.
Tony, I never asked the player this, and I don't want to know about numbers, but how much is the difference between a contract from Homenetmen and a contract from Antranik? Is it a significant difference from a salary point of view between those two? That's a very interesting topic because, like for instance, I saw Kevin Murphy played with Riadi, and then he played with Antoni. I know those are two different clubs from two different perspectives, but I want to know is Antoni paying a little bit more to upscale their level, or is it like there's a significant difference? And I want to hear from someone who traveled overseas like you and experienced that.
Yeah, so I don't want to lead nobody on with false information. I'm keep it real. Yeah, it's a significant difference, but it always boils down to job security, professionalism. I love that they're doing over there at home memory, but I also love what we're doing over there at Antranik. It kind of provides me comfort, and a little stability, gives me a little bit of I wake up not feeling so, how we had this with these other big clubs, you could be doing your job and your team no in. Now you wake up to a call and you're on the flight, So I appreciate Home Memory's interest and maybe it'll come back around again next year, but yeah, as far as the price difference, of course there's always gonna be a difference, when another team pours more into a certain side of the budget than another club, but sometimes it's not always all about that, you know.
That's a very good point, man. It's not about the money sometimes. If you're, it's funny. I had Atar Majok, and I always say this. Atar Majok, he was one of my guests on the podcast, and he played, man, all over the world. He played with even with the Lebanese national team, and he told me he played with Kobe, and when he was with Lakers, and he told me I was getting paid a lot, but I wasn't happy. dude, that's crazy. Like he was not happy getting paid a lot with the best team in the world you can imagine, and but he wasn't happy. Period. And I understand that and I respect that. It's not sometimes, and I see like Rudy right now, like Sikweek, he's playing a lot with Antranik. Like his playing time is crazy. But maybe in Sagesse, maybe he wasn't happy. Of course, a lot of respect for Rudy, Sagesse, and Antranik, but maybe he wasn't that much happy in Sagesse, and now boom, he's booming with Antranik. I mean, I can't wait to watch him more and play, play games because this guy is definitely a very good element. All right, let's go to the next one. Antonio Habib, that's a very good question. He want you to give us your tuna secret recipe. So it seems like you have
So
a crazy recipe, huh?
so the
What do you
guys are
cook?
so the guys are so surprised. So yeah, sometimes I eat tuna sandwiches. I put tuna, I add mayonnaise, relish, and boiled eggs, and voila, you got gourmet. You got gourmet
Wow.
right there.
I gotta try this one when I see you, man. You gotta cook it for me. That
Got put
sounds
all the
really good,
mayonnaise in there and make sure it gets well good. You'll be good.
right?
You'll be good.
That's probably used to eat that when you played football, huh? That's a lot of
Exactly.
gains and calories.
Exactly. Protein.
Yeah, yeah. You
Protein.
know,
Yeah.
you know, Tony too. A very funny information that we were talking behind the scenes, but I would share that. I don't mind sharing it. One of my ex girlfriends, her name was Criswell, and you said that Criswell is very small. Family, right? It's a very. I mean, you probably know her. I don't know, but she was from Michigan. I'm not going to say her first name, but she was from Michigan. And then yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. How
It's a
big is the
small
family?
it's a small group. So it's a small group and it's some of us are white, some of us are black. It's crazy.
Right,
but it's a small group of Criswells.
right,
Yeah.
right. We're definitely talk about it more on
Yeah. Yeah.
behind the scene because
Mhm.
I want to know if you know that lady or no. Um, we have another question from Matthew. I think Matthew is your. He's asking you who's your favorite teammate, and I think he's asking you this because he want to hear you, that him. Like Matthew is your favorite teammate.
But see, you talking
So
about my young boy?
yeah, that's Mateo.
Yeah, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite teammate. He's probably my favorite Lebanese basketball player. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I'm putting
Why?
on my stock into him. I'm putting up my stock into the young guy, man.
Why do you think is your favorite one?
I like his feel for the game. I think if he just get there, if he hit a growth spurt, he gonna be all right. He gonna be okay. I like
Awesome.
his feel for the game. Yeah, that's my little man's right there, man.
Cool. All right, Tony. We like to do a giveaway every podcast. We like to give a signed jersey for whoever subscribe, like, and comment to this video on YouTube. And please share anything in the comment section. What do you like the most about the episode? Or just write winner or just subscribe. If you feel like this is helping you, it's bringing you joy, just support the channel. And we're giving a free jersey by Antranik signed by Tony Criswell. And I'm very excited for that. Now the size is going to be huge. You're what? You're like 6'9". What's your height, man?
About 6'9", man. About 240. Yeah,
Woo,
it's
six
gonna be a
nine.
big
So that's
jersey.
yeah. So make sure maybe that can fit like 2 3 players at the same time. So that'll be pretty cool. Um, but yeah, whoever likes, subscribe, and comment will have a chance to win. Tony, was a pleasure.
Most
I think
definitely.
you're very humble, very funny too, man.
You
And I
funny.
know that was your first time on the podcast, so
Yeah.
welcome. You were a little bit nervous, but I think you did great. And then
Yeah, man.
you did great, and we'll see you next time, man. When I come to Lebanon, I'll definitely want to see you.